Hello and welcome everybody. Sorry about the strange start there. We're going to be doing a little extra stream here today. Let me go ahead and get the audio going there, but let me turn that down. That was quite loud. There we go. We're going to be doing a little bit of coding today, a little bit of a bonus stream as it were, and I think you're all going to find it a little bit interesting. So, what I wanted to work on today is I'm going to take a look at our schedule feature. So, in our schedule command, we do a couple of interesting things. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome. We are just getting started here. We're going to take a look at some of the code that we've been doing here on the stream for a while, so if anybody is interested in this. Yeah, what's wrong with me coding, Ancient Coder? I'm a dev. I can stream at weird times if I like. Hang on. I'm actually wondering whether or not we'll get some interesting people in here. So welcome everybody, hello. Hi, Triple Diamonds. Hey, Janiscu. Ancient Coder. Daniel, welcome. So, for anyone who is new and is just showing up for the first time, I figured I would tell you all a little bit about the channel before we get coding here. I've got some stuff up and ready to go in Visual Studio, and we're going to be working on some interesting things today. Hello everybody, this is DevChatter. We are a stream that actually happens 4 times a week. Usually it's a few hours earlier than this, but I figured, hey, I was over in the .NET conference party, why not go ahead and do some coding? And Jadiscu coming in with a hype command. So for anyone who's wondering, these commands, everything that we've got on here, all this weird stuff that happens on the stream, like my face getting covered in dinosaur emotes, that is all stuff that we build here on the stream. So what you cannot see is that there is actually an overlay over this stream here that is an HTML5 Canvas that we are able to create some interesting stuff from. So the HTML5 Canvas lets us pretty much animate whatever we want. So it gives us a lot of power there. So as I said, it's all JavaScript, so it lets us pretty much manipulate it however we want. It's up to us, and our intention is to grab some interesting libraries to do some additional things. So we'll see how all of that goes. Give me 1 second, I'm going to adjust the name of this. So there we go. Changing the title of the stream. Okay, so, yes, Ancient Coder, feel free to head on over to the Visual Studio channel and send people over here. It is possible that if they don't start up their stream soon, that they might just auto-host us here. We'll see what happens. Anyway, hello everybody. Hey Mage. Okay, so quick intro for what we're working on here right now. This is our schedule command, and for anyone who has not been here before, I mentioned to you that our stream DevChatter here streams 4 times a week. If you want to know when those are, you might, for example, put in, schedule Berlin, or schedule Seattle, or something like that. And what our schedule command does is it actually goes out to the Google API using our little library here. We've kept our Google API code separate, and it will actually try to find the location. Oh, so if you need to do a multi-word one, we don't put those together yet, but maybe we should fix that today. You might do that, and then it should be able to get Northern Ireland. So, if anybody is interested in that, that is what we are working on. So, our projects are all stored out on GitHub, so you can find them all at github.com/devchatter. And I wanted to take a look at one of the issues that we have on our backlog. So plenty of people have been asking us at different times for updates to our different things. So one of the suggestions was when we display a time in UTC, instead of going with AM/PM, we instead show the 24-hour time format. So that's what we're going to take a look at. ThinkBot Labs. I'm not in Europe, so it's not all that late yet. It's only like 9:30, so not all that crazy. So what we have today, you'll notice that there are a couple of times where we will display our time in UTC. And those are either if you didn't give us any arguments, so you didn't specify what time zone you wanted it in, we'll spit the answer back in UTC. And in addition, if what you gave us was a number, so you asked for an offset, so we can do this, for example. We can say schedule -4, for example, and that will get Eastern time in the United States, and we list it as UTC -4 because that's what you asked for. So we're not going to list the time zone name. We're going to give you back at least what we think you'd expect. So, okay, so that is what we've got there. We need to look up time format strings C#. So I'm going to do a quick search for the format string stuff. So the Microsoft Docs, I don't know how many of you actually know about this. The docs are actually pretty nice now on the Microsoft website because they're all based on Markdown and they're open source, and you can actually send in modifications. So we have sent some pull requests, and they're actually way better than they were. And whenever someone says to me, oh, I looked at them, they weren't that great, I sit there and I'm like, okay, so fix them? So I love it. I'm glad they got to this. So many companies were doing it, so I was thrilled when Microsoft was saying that, oh, we're going to do that same thing. So let's search for 24 because we want 24-hour clock. So that's going to be this one. So it's capital H. And if we want it to be 0 padded, it's 2 capital H's. So how did we display that? We need to change the time if we did UTC. Where did we do our string format for that? It's down here. We did get time display, which we call down here. And we need to adjust that depending. Because some people liked AM PM, some people didn't. So here's what we're going to do. Bool use 24 hour. And we're going to say that false is the default. So now we've made a change. There's no actual compilation difference. This is going to work exactly the same way as it did before. I just want to change out that format string depending on this value. So I'm wondering how I can do that. If that's coming out of here, that's in that time zone format string thing right there. I almost want to yank that as a format string on its own. Can it figure out how to extract this? Maybe. Visual Studio, can you actually extract this? Nope. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to temporarily mess with this code. And then we'll fix it in a minute. Okay, so this is the time display. This is the actual time text. Is the day of week at that time? Yeah, there's the time text. That's the day text. So this needs to come out as time of day, because then what I can do is this. I can say use 24-hour question mark this or that. And yes, I believe in breaking things apart until you get the format you want, and then nice up the code as much as you need to. Oh, because it was always true? Oh, yes, it's identical. That's fine. Okay, so there we go. Hey! Give me a break. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Alright, so that got uglier than I wanted, but as I said, we are gonna fix it. We'll nice this up a little bit. Just give it a second, because we want to try it first. Oh, you are correct. We want to remove that. Thank you. Good catch on there. Great suggestion. Let me go ahead and kill the site, because we like killing the bot. So our chat bot in here runs as a hosted service inside of an ASP.NET web application. So what that actually means is that it is first off just registered in the IOC container of our ASP.NET website, running in the background. You'll have to give it 1 second there, Janisku. It's not quite up yet. It's doing the thing where it waits to get the chatter's interface, the chatter's data. So what the bot actually does when it starts up is it tries to contact Twitch and get the list of people who are in this chat room, and that is actually an undocumented part of Twitch's API, so it fails a lot, and our bot has retry logic in it to attempt to get it, but it doesn't always work. Our derp emotes, by the way, we like them. Okay, so let's go ahead and give the schedule a try. Schedule -4. Oh, I didn't actually use it, derp! See? Didn't actually use it. So let's say time zone display, bool, use 24-hour time. So use 24-hour time equals false. Come down here. We'll set that equal to true. Down here we will also set it to true. Be nice if we could find a way to clean that one up, which we'll have to look for in a moment.
To consume them, we are
and I think that's all we're gonna have to get there. Measure. Alright. Pass it into this. Where did my cursor end up? Get time display. Ah, there it is. Okay. What was that? What was that message? Oh, C# Fritz is hosting me. Very nice. Thank you, C# Fritz. Okay. So now when we run this, and CodeRushed as well. Welcome, CodeRushed. Thank you for those auto hosts. Much appreciated. So the bot is back in here, and we can now use our schedule command one more time. This time, I think it might work. That, I do believe, is a 24-hour time clock there. So schedule minus, what are they? -7 for all the people out in Pacific time. And schedule 0 for the UTC people. And England, because we're, as I mentioned, we're only doing that for the UTC ones, we are still then doing AM PM, so that works perfectly, Ancient Coder. Very nice. Glad to see that worked. Let's go ahead and get the first commit, and then we can take a look at cleaning up the way we did this, because that was a little nasty. So we'll call this fixing up schedule command. Nice long branch name. So add 24-hour time to schedule command. Schedule +10. Hey, there you go. Nice, OZ Coder. Ozcoder? I forget. You might have told me before what that is. It's been a while since you've been in here. I don't remember. If I'm messing it up, just yell at me and I'll say it better next time. Probably. Maybe. I might just fail at it. We'll see. Okay, so that's a little nicer. But I don't like the way I did this. This needs to get fixed up. I don't like that. So... thank you for that follow as well. I didn't look up to catch that one in time. So seriously, Ozcoder, what is it? How do you say that name? Let's see. Use 24-hour time. Let's just call this. I'm just going to shorten that to 24 time. Or is 24 time? Is 24 time? Nah, I really don't like those names. Okay, so instant time zone, time of day. These are the same thing. Let's replace both of those. That's a zoned date time. We're going to do that once, and then use it both times instead of doing it twice. Ozcoder. Oz for Australian. Oz for Austria, Österreich. We could say military time, but I mean it's not just militaries that use 24-hour time. So let's also adjust this so that we're not doing the string concatenation right after the string interpolation. I just did that because it was the easiest way to break it apart, so that ought to be a little bit nicer there, so we'll do that one. So zoned time, day of week, time text we can put in there. We technically could throw this thing in there, but I really don't like that. So let's look at doing it a slightly different way. Let's see if we can make this a little bit nicer. So maybe I can do this. String time format string equals is 24-hour time and that or that. And now we're going to put this one in that spot and this one in this spot. Now we can do I have a format string. Can I just pass a string? No? Okay. In that case, I'm going to do this. String format so we're gonna say time of day. I don't even remember how this thing works. I seriously stopped using it. What is it? String and then the format string? Oh right, I have to put it in there with its son of a. Yeah, no, I have to use it that way. Oh yeah, Ozcoder. Yeah, I think you've mentioned before that you don't usually catch my stream live. Yeah, my timing's really bad for Australia and Asia, actually. It's really not very good. I do admit that. Let's back up. Don't smoke crack, Brendan. Don't smoke crack. So, is 24-hour time right there, day of week, time text, turn, do that, do that. Okay. I mean, it's hidden away, so it's not the worst code I've ever seen, but I'd really like this cleaned up a little bit. Yeah, that's what I did originally, Triple Diamonds. It didn't seem to like that. I did this. I said, string pattern text. What? So it is gonna accept it. That's what I tried. It didn't like it. Use a 24-hour time, and then we'll say HHMM. And if it's not, then we're gonna say HMMTT. So when I pass this in, oh, right. Yes, I grabbed the wrong thing. Derp. Yeah, so even when I do that, it still doesn't seem to like it. Do I need... Huh. Let's check the doc on that. ToString. Ah, there we go. Sorry, guys. Oh, actually, that'd work. That's the one we needed. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Derp. No, not new. There we go. That's better. Nice. See, that's what I was trying to get to. Couldn't remember that last part. Cultural reference for time, for zoned time. Ooh, you're right. There probably is one. That doesn't have it. Does time zone have a? Does the instant have it? Nope. No, neither of those seems to have it. So we'll back up. We'll just leave it with invariant culture for now. Okay, let's take a look again. Is this gonna work or is it gonna yell at me? Hey, I let go that time. Nice. So IS Express actually let go of that. So, boom. Schedule 0. Schedule, what is in UTC right now? We're an hour ahead. I don't know. Where are these guys? Doesn't know where they are. Okay. We'll just shift over this way then. Irish Standard Time. There you go. Schedule Brazil. Amazon Standard Time. There you go. Let's try... There you go. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It's... Yeah, so as I said, my timing's not... My schedule's not great for people in Australia. It seems I start at like 4 a.m. most days. So, that's a little rough. Why is that upset right there? What are you complaining about, Visual Studio? Don't complain about that stuff. Alright, so that's the time of day. We can just put that in nicely now. Welcome, one Kev Griff. Much appreciated for that auto host there. Okay, so that I noticed that these are the same. So and we're doing it twice. So here's what I want to do. I kind of want to make a little cheat here. The Boy 2018. C# is actually a very nice language. I'm a big fan of it. I want to do this. Do not like this code right now. Where do I use the offset? Time zone hours from offset. The Boy 20. Yes, I use C# the most right now. That is my current language of choice. Although there are other languages I've used a lot. I end up having to use JavaScript, which I'm not as big a fan of a language as JavaScript as I am of C#, although I do like JavaScript. It's another good language. There are a lot of good languages out there. I'm always mentioning to people that, that languages are nicer than most people think. So, there are so many good ones. Fix usings. So I am going to go ahead and publish that. Are there any other schedule-related tasks on here? Time zone by abbreviation. That one sounds scary. I don't know about you guys, but time zones by abbreviation does not sound like an easy task to me. And here's why. So, if I tell you that you can use this tool to look up your time zone, to look it up by time zone, so you say schedule, a whole bunch of people are going to say schedule EST. Because they're like, yeah, I'm in Eastern Standard Time. But what these people don't realize is they're not in Eastern Standard Time. They're in Eastern Daylight Time. Because what actually happens when countries switch to Daylight Savings Time, they start observing a different time zone. And it's kind of weird. It really seems like it's only developers that actually know this, because we have to deal with time as a concept within our field. But it's very, very strange. So that's why we're like the only people that, actually use time zones correctly. So I don't think we're going to get the next one. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to send in a pull request for this now. So we are fixing up the schedule command, which I'm just going to call adding UTC display in 24 hours for schedule command. Now, in the long run, I actually want to make that a setting that we define in the database, but I'm not gonna do that one right now. Okay, so next thing I want to take a look at, because I know we've got a handful of things on our backlog that I have not cleaned up yet. We've got some simple ones that I think I can just knock out a few of. So let's go ahead, jump back to the master branch, and we're going to make a new one here. This one is going to be... No, we're not going to pull that. Someone suggested a Tic-Tac-Toe game. That could be fun. But I don't think we're going to do that one just yet. Let's see. Good error manager is not configured. Alias to commands with parameters. Oh! Oh! We did this. Crap, we already did that one. Let me show you what I mean. So, we just saw this command, right? This is the hype command. But what it's actually doing is running this command. It's running the blast command with hype as the parameter. Because I can also blast a derp. And you'll see that derp goes out that way also. So it's kind of neat how we do that, because we're actually passing a parameter. Because if I look at the... Ooh, does this work? It doesn't work right now. Commands? Command? I don't remember what it is. Okay. So I have to fix that one. But, for example, I could say... Ooh, that's not there. So, quote 3. So we have a quote system so that we can record, you know, the occasional thing that that I mention on here. My moderators don't record my quotes all that often, but we've got that one, quote 3. So I could do something like this. If you notice, rigged didn't do anything. Whoops, helps if I spell it right. Rigged doesn't do anything, but I could do alias add rigged. Oh, actually, quote rigged 3. Rigged 3. That should be the way we do it. Rigged for quote. Yep, there we go. Okay. Now I happen to know that right now I think aliases might work automatically, but I don't remember at all. Reverence, hey, welcome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the bot just in case. And we're going to try out, yeah, one second, it's got to restart first, because I already stopped it, so you won't get any messages through there. It's that chatters thing, I think. Oh, no, maybe I, Nope. Yep, it was the chatters thing. Now, if we say rigged, it says I swear it's not rigged, because we actually, do that one. Not exactly one Kev Griff, because what actually came in from Twitch, it said not a number. So my guess is that you have 26 lurkers that have the channel muted, and so they don't actually count according to Twitch. Oh, Reverence! I did not see that tweet yet that some of those videos are private. But if you check here on Twitch, you'll actually find them in the videos section. The reason they're private is actually because they are scheduled to come out in the future, so it lists them as private. So, and for anyone who is wondering, the I swear it's not rigged thing is actually in reference to the rock, paper, scissors game that I have in my bot. So we actually have 2 rock, paper, scissors game. One is this one, and in this one you compete against our chat bot, and you choose what you want. So Echo Strike there has chosen paper, I chose rock, and then the bot is going to make its choice randomly and decide which of us it wants to win. Hey, Reverence! Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Make sure you... Let's spam some of those DevChatter hype emotes in here. Let's get some Chattosauruses in there, guys. I know a few of you are in here have them. Wait, what? Twice as much Brendan? What are you talking about, Triple Diamonds? What? Is there multiple me's? Multiple me's where? Where's multiple me's? YouTube loads speed. Oh, 2 times the speed. Oh, yeah, Reverence. Don't worry, they'll be up there. So they are scheduled to come out. That's why they're in the playlist. My videos on YouTube are coming out at the same rate as my Twitch ones. I'm actually trying to catch it up. When I started my YouTube channel, the plan was to have videos go to YouTube when they expired on Twitch. But I've modified that, and I'm now going to move it up so that they show up on Twitch only. They show up on YouTube. I'm planning on having it be like the week after we air them on Twitch. So that will be the idea. And I think Echo Strike is correct. I think you can speed up Twitch videos also, but I don't think you can do it in the Twitch app, Echo Strike, and I think that's the difference. So, okay. So that works. Okay, so we can definitely alias commands with parameters, so that one is clearly closed out. That command works. Add commands command to support enabling, disabling component, include end user support for the configuration. Add a feature request command. Oh yeah, that would talk to GitHub. I don't think I want to start that one today. Oh, hey, Echo Strike, you won! DevChatter bot chose rock. See, it's not rigged. I told you it wasn't rigged. Commands break when namespaces change. Okay, I had this marked as a good first issue for someone to work on, but no one's worked on it yet, so we're going to go ahead and tackle this bug and see what we can do with it. So, one of the issues that we ran into in making our project here is that, there we go, Namespace Change Bug Fix. Okay. I think I'll know what that branch name is. So, here's the way that our system works. I mentioned that we have aliases. So, for example, we can play a game of Hangman in the chat room. And when we play Hangman, you'll notice that the chat has this Hangman game that starts up. When we do that, we could say Hangman like this. And this works. You'll notice that I can play this. However, it's really inconvenient to type out Hangman every time. So we have an alias for, hey, developer Desmond, you got it. So we have an alias. So instead of typing Hangman every time, I can just do HM. And it can sort of figure it out. See what I mean? Oh, whoops. I didn't even know this was in our list. Apparently giraffe is in the list. I didn't know that. So anyway, that's the idea, is that we can use these aliases to shorten our commands and make them a little bit nicer. So it's actually very, very useful to be able to do this. So our alias system, however, meant that we changed how all of our commands were called. So our commands are now called from a table in the database. So that's over here inside our tables in our, where is it, command words, the view data. And you'll see that what we have here, we have the command word, so this is the word that you type in to call it. And then this is the full type of that command in our system. And the problem that we run into is when you do this, because we use the full type name for these commands, it doesn't work that well because you can't change it. Hey, no problem. Yeah, I understand it's late everywhere. It's even late where I am. Not super late, but slightly late. So it looks like Echo Strike trying the top command there. Who are our top people right now? Arid Tag, Async Awake, Janisku, Coated Beard, and Commander Root. I don't even think Commander Root talks in here. 315. So you're one of the Europeans. So welcome. Hope your night is going well. It's been fun for me so far. Okay, so here's the problem. Obviously, since these are just in here as strings of a full namespace and class name, we can't deal with that right now. So we have to come up with some other way of handling this aliasing. So we can either make it so this is the default command word list, and these are all just the primary ones, and they keep track of the type, and we add and remove them as needed, and then we make the other aliases just be references back to these. That's one option. Or the other option is that we don't have the full type name in here, because then we could survive a namespace change at least, or come up with some other way of structuring. Instead of an isPrimary, We maybe have like a parent command word or something like that and don't include the type name if it's not the primary. Not sure. Ozcoder, lunchtime. What? That's crazy. You guys eat lunch in the middle of the night? So Echo Strike, occasionally we move these classes, and when we do, it breaks anyone who's using it. So the challenge is we either have to write a database script that updates it every time we do that, or we need to make our data structure a little bit more resilient to the change. So I'm kind of leaning towards maybe both, but I'm not sure on that. So you make a good point, Echo Strike. Maybe the third option is that we do a data migration when it changes. We could write a quick migration that did an update of these values. Ancient Coder's correct. We all hope that you don't have to get up for work, because that is going to be a rough day if you're up at 3:15 a.m. watching some coding. Okay, so... Oh, and I should mention, for anyone who is wondering, this is the rigged alias we just created tonight. So rigged is right there, and it actually ended up using the alias argument that is right over here, alias argument 3. So these are our alias arguments. They allow us to do nice things like hype, and derp, and hype, and derp, and hype, and derp, and watch as it crashes. So this is, yeah, that's that. I added a couple more than I think it could handle nicely. I didn't optimize that JavaScript code very much, so watch as the hypes and the derps go flying everywhere. So I like how fast it cleared up there. But that is actually what those let us run. So now in order to make this work, do we want to make an update there, or do we want to do that? Oh, you took the week off of work. That's nice. Yeah, so Echo Strike, here's the challenge. We are using, in order to make this work, we are using reflection. So that's actually how we're getting this value back out and telling that it's lined up. Have a glance at your... could we stuff an attribute on the class with an identifier on it for the database to use? Ooh. We could... we could definitely do something along those lines. And by the same token, if we used if we used an identifier that was on an attribute, we could do the same thing by just putting it on a property and a constant or something like that. Alternately, we could leave off the namespace, which would make it a little bit more resilient. The only reason I'm worried about it is the fact that I know that we're going to change some namespaces. So, the herpy-derpy stuff. Yeah, it's hypoo-derpy. So Echo Strike, we actually... So, okay, this is funny. Echo Strike, startup? No, it's, setup database. This is, hang on. You're saying, Echo Strike, that maybe what we should do is make a method that gets our missing command words and adds them into the database? Is that what you were suggesting? Yeah, no, we have one of those. It does that. So what I realize, actually, now that you mention it, is I need to do this. So let's do this. Let's remove the command words that are gone. So How are you handling the mapping of filter chat messages that start with exclamation point and then select star from the table where the command and then instantiate the command at runtime? No, actually. So when the bot starts up, we are running as a hosted service, which is a background process in an ASP.NET Core application. And what we do is when the bot starts up, it connects and it creates a list of all of the possible command aliases, and also creates instances of each of those commands. So it actually wires them all up right off the bat with that data. So, excuse me. So we have a class that has this list of commands in it and the associated type, but really the way it's set up is each one of these objects. So if I show you the base command, you'll notice that it has a list of command words right here. And that list of command words gets populated when this object's created. And it's pulled out of the database. So it happens once at runtime, and then when we're running, we don't have to call into the database at all. In terms of how we check for the ones that have exclamation points at the beginning, we're actually leveraging a library called TwitchLib that just does that. So that's actually built into TwitchLib. It's also open source, and interestingly, it's the maintainers of that. There was at least one of them was in .NET Conf towards the end. So they sometimes are in our channel here too. And actually, they are in our Discord if you want to talk to them there. The TwitchLib people write the library that we use to connect to Twitch. Because it would be silly for us to write all that plumbing code ourselves, because we'd be doing it all the time and updating it. And especially as the Twitch API changes, it's nice to have a team of people that are coordinating with Twitch on that, because the TwitchLib maintainers are in contact with Twitch. Okay, so here's what I want to do. Let's start off by writing this new method that I want to do called remove unnecessary command words. So that does repository.create. Let's duplicate this. What do we want to call these? Extra command words? Stale command words? Yeah, so exactly. We really only need it for the aliases. So that's actually part of the problem there, is we only really need it for the alias. So I will admit I wasn't a big fan of the structure that ended up getting put in this. It isn't quite perfect. I did not create our alias table here. So this came in as a pull request that I'm like, yeah, it works, good enough. It'll gets us further than we are now, and we just need to adjust from it. So, because the alternate way would be to go the route you're suggesting, which is what I was phrasing as one of the options at the beginning, is that we make an alias table instead of a table like this. Get missing command words. We don't want that. We want get extra. Jump to this. Jump. Or don't take me to the definition of that. Thanks. Extra command words. There we go. Why'd the bot arrive 3 times there? Maybe it arrived because I saved or something? I don't know. We'll return a new empty list and then run this. So that'll essentially no op. Hey Lunatic, welcome. Okay, bot's working. Let's see, type of last something. So these methods are basically going to be duplicates. I think I kind of want to return something else here then. Like maybe do 2 lists. Add list. Remove list. I think every time I save this file, because it's part of the startup process, I think it's, yeah, every time I save the file, we get a new hello world. The bot has arrived. That's kind of funny. So, get command word changes. Boom! New word there. Way better. Get command word changes. Add list any. And remove list any. So this is going to be. Wait, what? Why is that? What? Why'd you? Add list. Remove list. Remove. Ooh, I don't have a list version of that. We'll need to fix that. This is command word changes. Are you wondering what extensions I'm running in Visual Studio? I can tell you those if that's what you're wondering about. Okay, so that's that one. And the other one is new list command word. There we go. So I've got a few of them that are running here. One of them obviously is ReSharper. You can probably tell that one. But this top one that is changing out the types up here, I am running the productivity power tools, which is an extension from Microsoft that is actually a package of other extensions. Fairly useful, actually. One of the things it does is it gives you the document well, which, just for a quick show of how it works, you'll notice that that has that, rusty color there. Peach, whatever you want to call it. I can make a few things at that color. They're all coming out of the same project. If I open up this other project, you'll notice these come in at that nice green color. That one is that color, so I can open up a few different projects, and you'll notice each one is now color-coded, alphabetized. So I like the fact that it's grouped, comes with some additional information, so I know if I'm looking for my core project, I can just look for that color, and I know those are the ones coming out of the core project, which means, few dependencies, etc. So anyway, set up database. There we go. Right up here. So let's go ahead and add that to our iRepository. Yeah, it's nice. That's called the, yeah, hello world, the setup database file has been saved. I know, right? That's just getting a little bit crazy there. Remove. It didn't change it. Oh, it tried to remove that? Son of a... That was dumb. You guessed wrong, ReSharper. You guessed wrong. There we go. Remove list of data items. There we go. Now it should accept it. It does. Now if we go to the implementer, it's this one. We tell it to implement the missing member down here. I'm going to do this. It cannot remove the single one like that. We have add range set. We don't have a remove like that? Seriously? Gary the Bear, welcome. Hey. Triple Diamonds. You taking off? Have a good one, Triple Diamonds. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you on my stream tomorrow. So next stream tomorrow is at, what is it, noon? So it's, what, 13 and a half hours from now? So, 13.5 hours until my next stream. Should be a good one. Is it remove range? Yeah, remove range. There we go. Why doesn't it like that set? IEnumerable of T entities? Ancient Coder. It is called Productivity Power Tools. Thank you. Productivity Power Tools, like that. And thank you for that, guys. Yep, sounds great. See you, Triple Diamonds. Okay, so remove range, data items, save changes. That should work. So one of the things that I want to show you all, so all of the data access through our project, for anyone that doesn't know, isn't a regular here, all of our data access is actually done through this single file right here. So this is all access to the data context, I believe. I don't think there's anything anywhere else. So app data context, EF generic repo, those are the migrations, they don't count. That's part of it. Oh, it's on those pages! I forgot, we haven't yanked it out of there yet. Because of the stupid default template thing, and then that's just creating it. So anyway, the point is that all of our code that we build through the project just accesses through this repo. So it's quite nice. We use a special system of specifications, which if you haven't seen that, you should check out. What day was it? One of the videos from earlier this week. I talked about how our specifications worked because we added in a new feature with our includes, but I don't remember what day that was. So you might just have to watch all the videos. Can you shrink the errors list a bit? Can only see like 14 lines at a time? Wait, what? Oh, like that. More code on screen, less errors. Fewer errors. Yes, absolutely. No problem. I got you. Alright, so we're going to remove that set. So now we just need to make the list. Because other than that, it's fine. So this is all the types that are commands. So let's clarify. All command types. Let's see. Command word policies, only primaries. So this is getting the stored command words. How do we use this? We check for the command word to see if the command word's there. I'm not sure we want to do that. I think we want to check type full name. Wait, you telling? Wait, hang on a second. Okay, so we're just checking to see if the words are on there. So we're selecting the command word off of these. But we could instead grab the full type name and check to see stored command types. So instead of doing that, we could check full type name. So this is now going to see if the full type name is in there. Instead of checking based on the command, we're going to check based on the type, which should let us fix it, I think. Which also means, since we're just using it to check that, the fact that we are restricting to only the primaries does not actually matter. So I can just do this. I can say list command word entities on here instead. Oh, actually, is there an all? Yeah, we'll just do all. So we'll say command word policy.all, and then we're going to select that off of it. So those are the ones that needs to do that. This should be a list of... Ooh, these need to be the actual command word entities coming out of the database. So let's do this. Instead of pulling off the full name there, let's do this. We'll grab all the commands, all these first. So we'll grab the entities, and then we'll pull off their names. So I find it funny. Can you guys tell that I hit my save button a lot? Every time I hit save, it says "Hello world, the bot has arrived." It's getting funny. That is... I'm gonna specify that. We're gonna derp. I'm gonna make this a list. To list. Oh, sorry. We are trying to get the list of command word entities in the database that we can remove, and the list of the ones that need to get added. So I think we want to add based on that, and then these need to be these ones. So this needs to be, this is not word entities, this is entities to remove. This is going to be command word entities where the full type name all command types, concrete commands, is these. Where concrete commands dot actually I'll say where all of them where for all of them the full name does not equal x dot full type name. So what we want to say is we want to say get all the command word entities where there are no concrete commands that match them, and those are the ones we want to remove. So then in order to make that work, we're going to have to to-list that because we're expecting to get a list back there. I think that'll work. Don't worry, we're not actually going to push this anywhere just yet. So even though this is a weird one, so remove non-used command words. So we're going to do that for now. And I am going to push it, but we're not going to merge it in yet. Anyway, so tonight was just going to be a short stream, so I am going to go ahead and wrap things here. But for anyone who is interested, we are going to have hopefully a more interesting... Exactly, Userman. You push to production, then you test it. Make sure it works right. We're going to have a more interesting stream tomorrow. And it's... let's just run the schedule command. It'll tell us. Schedule UK. I can't type schedule, apparently. UK. What? The bot says it's running. Are you lying to me, bot? You lying to me? Derp. Well, I borked something. It probably crashed on that. Well, I guess we'll mess with that one in a little bit. Let's jump back to that. So I'll debug it on the next one, and we'll fix that branch. Hence, not getting pushed anywhere. That's initial code on that. But as I was saying, we will be streaming tomorrow. It'll be a more interesting one tomorrow. Today was just a last minute, hey, let's do this. Yes, it is an ASP.NET app, Userman. And, does it work again? Hey, it works again, see? So, if anyone is interested, our schedule is, why is the schedule command not working? Rage! So, we'll have to figure it out. I borked something in the in that setup database, but we'll get it working. I just need to take a look at it at some point. I shut down the bot. Sorry, Echo Strike. What? I just shut down the bot. Are you saying it didn't die? Oh, that's not good. Is that why I was doing this weird thing? Where is it? Hang on. How did it not die? Is it a zombie? I think it's a zombie. Anyway. So, as I was saying, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us today, everybody. If you are interested in chatting more with us, then I'd recommend you take a look down below at our Discord link. You can also find videos of our stream up in the video section above. We've got a lot of videos that are quite good. We also have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/c/DevChatter, where you can find all of our archives, because Twitch only keeps the most recent ones. If anyone is interested in following me on Twitter, my name is at Brendonius on Twitter, and obviously my name is Brendan Enric, as you can see right there. And we will be streaming tomorrow. Should be a fun one. It's going to start about 13.5 hours from now, so make sure you all get some sleep. Should be a fun time. For now, I'm going to go ahead and say good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is in your time. And yeah, Ancient Coder, if you're far enough forward in time, it's already today for you. But happy coding, everybody. We will see you next time.